For all the wrong reasons, Blake Lively's post on Ryan Reynolds' anniversary went viral. Ryan was completely edited out of the picture she posted, which was a celebration of their love. "Happy anniversary, my love. I'm captioning it. Here's a picture of me as well." Reactions to the sarcastic post were divided. "I guess she's married to herself now," fans joked. Others loved her playful side, which they referred to as the reason they loved her. The humorous timing of Blake's friendship with Ryan was emphasized by prominent publications such as BuzzFeed and Celebrity Shockwaves. Blake's public persona isn't as lighthearted as it first appears, though. Her continuing conflict with Justin Baldoni is only the most recent in a string of incidents that have made Blake one of Hollywood's most divisive people. Behind the humor is a history of public feuds and viral controversies. What exactly is going on with Blake Lively, then? Let's investigate. The alleged rivalry between Blake Lively and Leighton Meester on the Gossip Girl set is among the most well-known behind-the-scenes secrets. According to insiders, Blake and Leighton were not at all the best friends their characters were on television, despite their on-screen chemistry as Serena van der Woodsen and Blair Waldorf, making them the ideal adversaries. Seldom did Blake and Leighton openly discuss the reported disagreement. Blake once said, "We've had a great time together, and we've created something special," while maintaining a professional tone throughout her remarks. Leighton, meanwhile, remained composed as usual and said, "I think people want drama where there is none." Despite their tact, rumors were stoked by their absence of off-screen friendship. Us Weekly said that their off-screen relationship didn't mirror the close bond their characters shared, leading to speculation about underlying tensions. The media frequently alluded to the friction. Similarly, while the actresses avoided public clashes, their lack of joint appearances off-screen spoke volumes, noted Entertainment Weekly. Social media rumors were maintained by fans. Blair and Serena were best friends, but Leighton and Blake weren't even taking pictures together at events, a fan asked on Twitter. Untrustworthy. The feelings between them were always weird, according to another user's speculation. "I think that's just amazing acting, but their sequences together were fantastic." The mystery was only increased by occasions like the 2010 Met Gala, where, in spite of the show's enormous success, they were shot separately. Despite neither actress's confirmation of the purported dispute, the persistent rumors have become part of Gossip Girl legend, and fans are still looking for hints about their relationship in their appearances and interviews. Blake Lively became the subject of a viral incident in 2016 while on the Shallows press tour when a Norwegian reporter quizzed her about her appearance rather than the movie. Blake responded with a scathing remark, clearly annoyed. "Would you pose that query to a man?" The reporter was severely affected by the harshness of her tone, even if many saw her comment as a protest against sexism. The reporter recently shared how agonizing the experience had been in a video that reflected on the situation. "I didn't mean to be disrespectful, but her response was really scathing. I was hurt," she said. "She didn't just deal with the problem. She attacked me in front of everyone and made me feel inferior." As she recounted the experience, her voice faltered, and she said that she felt needlessly denigrated. Blake's position on gender bias was praised by some, but her delivery was criticized by many. On social media, fans expressed their worries. One commenter said, "Blake made a great point, but her tone was unnecessarily rude. She could have been more tactful about it. The message was important, but did she have to tear him down like that?" Another person said. Following the reporter's emotional outburst, there was a more thoughtful conversation regarding the thin line that separates pointing out sexism from being impolite. Variety wrote, highlighting Blake's incisiveness, "Lively's response while addressing a critical issue could have been delivered more tactfully." The Guardian also noted that Blake's scathing remarks eclipsed her stance on sexism, leaving some viewers with a bad taste in their mouths. The episode turned into a shining illustration of how a harsh tone can taint even the most well-meaning exchanges. Blake's answer raised awareness of a serious problem, but it also caused emotional distress, particularly for the reporter who took the brunt of her scathing criticism. However, the public and media have frequently criticized Blake's time in the spotlight. She received a lot of criticism in 2017 after sharing an Instagram picture of an Oakland booty with the lyrics to Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back, L.A. Face. Blake later made a brief follow-up comment indicating that it was only a joke, but he did not openly address the topic further, as if astonished by the response. The media swiftly offered its opinions. BuzzFeed took issue with the caption, stating that love for 90s music does not justify cultural insensitivity. Blake's caption, according to The Guardian, also reinforces negative stereotypes about the bodies of Black women, which is not something to ignore. Fans were starkly split on whether Blake had gone too far, and the criticism was quick and intense. One commenter backed Blake, saying, "What's the big deal? It was just a playful joke from the 1990s. Another fan wrote on Twitter that everyone is quoting songs on Instagram and that people are overreacting. Nonetheless, detractors were equally outspoken, with one commenting that it is impossible to make such a casual allusion to Black culture without being aware of the consequences. Celebrities should be more careful of the impact of their comments, particularly on seemingly light-hearted sites like Instagram, since the event spurred broader conversations about cultural appropriation and sensitivity. A severely photoshopped promotional photo that Blake Lively used for a small favor in 2018 sparked controversy over Hollywood's standards of beauty. Blake said, "The need to be perfect is insane, but it's not just a Hollywood thing," in reference to the industry's obsession with perfection rather than directly addressing the matter. It is a worldwide problem. Some admirers thought she sidestepped the problem, while others backed her position. Instead of addressing the retouching issue, one Twitter user chastised her by diverting to a generic, "perfect is insane" argument. Another said that rather than avoiding responsibility by acting as though it was a worldwide issue, she ought to have just acknowledged that it was a problem. Critics claim that her statement lost a chance to start a genuine discussion about body image, and media publications such as Elle and Cosmopolitan also took notice. According to one critic, Blake's failure to explicitly address the retouching controversy suggested that she was more concerned with sidestepping than with tackling a problem that impacts millions of women. Calls for greater openness and authenticity in the representation of women in the media were stoked by the incident. Blake Lively isn't afraid to cause controversy, even when it involves her alleged close pals. By jokingly referring to her children with Ryan Reynolds as Taylor Swift's grandchildren in 2020, Blake went too far. Yes, she went there, making fun of her children in an odd attempt to draw attention to her alleged intimate relationship with the artist. "It's a joke," she clarified in a hilarious manner. "Taylor obviously plays a significant role in our family's lives. Blake, really? Taking advantage of your children to increase your celebrity connections?" The public didn't hold back. "Why make such a joke about your children?" a Twitter user criticized her. "Give them the freedom to be themselves." Unsurprisingly, however, others continued to defend her, claiming that Taylor was family. Their camaraderie is so endearing, adorable, but more like strange and unsuitable. Naturally, the media leaped in to exaggerate their relationship as though it were a Hollywood first. People magazine couldn't resist raving about their friendship, which lasted for almost 10 years, while utterly disregarding the reality that Blake's thirst for attention drove her to bring her own kids into the spotlight for a cheap chuckle. She was attempting to promote herself at the expense of her family's privacy, and this was no innocent moment. Blake Lively frequently hides her obvious disrespect for limits, particularly when it comes to preserving her family's privacy, under her alleged fun side. She expressed her frustration on Instagram in 2016, writing, "It's wrong how paparazzi invade my family's privacy. This is about our loved ones and the kids." Given how much of her personal life she publishes on social media, many people understood her wish for privacy, but others also saw the irony. Blake intensified the situation in 2019 by tweeting, "These people don't know the boundaries. Remain away from my kids." Supporters were split. Some people agreed with her, saying that her children should have privacy, One user remarked, "Blake's absolutely right. Just like everyone else, her children deserve privacy." Others, though, weren't convinced. One Twitter user put it bluntly, "You picked the limelight. This is a must for the job." Her audacious position was praised by the media. However, USA Today questioned how feasible it is to protect privacy in the era of excessive social media exposure. Blake's public image has evolved over time. However, her pregnancy announcement on the red carpet in Cannes in 2016 became a spectacle. Instead of keeping the information confidential, she shared it on social media with the overly sentimental caption, "Happy to share this with you all." One response from a fan asked why it was announced in such a prominent manner. Why not keep it confidential? With one fan mockingly adding that she wants to make everything about herself, many perceived it as a blatant attention-getter. Who makes such a private announcement in front of the world on a red carpet? The media had a field day wondering if it was just another attention-grabbing ploy. The media criticized her for breaking the unspoken rule that celebrity pregnancies should be kept private, pointing out that the decision to publicize the announcement so widely appeared to be contrived rather than natural. There were also awkward moments in Blake's Hollywood career. For example, in 2016, while promoting The Shallows on The Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon made a lighthearted remark about her husband, Ryan Reynolds, stating, "Ryan Reynolds is known for being funny, so how do you even compete with that?" Blake's answer was incisive. "What you mean by 'I have my own talents' is unclear to me." She sounded uneasy about being disparagingly compared to her husband. Jimmy immediately backed off, but Blake's expression stayed calm and detached, suggesting that the joke had struck a chord. Fans responded swiftly, with some praising Blake and one adding, "It's impolite to minimize someone's accomplishments in order to make fun of their spouse." The conflict was brought to light by media publications such as Variety and Hollywood Reporter, which pointed out that Blake's answer was an obvious instance of her defending herself and her family. There have been many highs and lows throughout Blake Lively's career. Her words, deeds, and social media presence have frequently generated controversy, from her light-hearted Instagram parodies of Ryan Reynolds to her fervent support of family privacy. Blake has always been shamelessly herself, whether she is teasing her best friends, fighting with reporters, or squabbling with co-stars. She is a controversial figure because of the same qualities that make her a force in Hollywood. One thing is certain as Blake's contentious journey progresses. Will history see her as a trailblazer or a symbol, despite the fact that she is making her impact on Hollywood? Will history see her as a trailblazer or as a representation of the difficulties of celebrity, even though she is making her imprint on Hollywood?